While everyone's watching the boats arriving in Spain, almost nobody's watching the money leaving Europe. And you should, because when money moves, it can eventually affect your job, your mortgage, your pension, and the price of your shopping. America has stepped into a coordinated effort with Japan to support the yen. Japan has been banded up in billions, and now America is too. They kind of had to, because Japan is the largest foreign holder of US government debt, treasuries. According to the Financial Times, the US right now, late July to August, is selling euros to buy yen. Now, the question here would be, is this at the same time that global money is starting to move out of Europe and into America and Japan? What happens? Think of the world's money like water. It flows to wherever investors believe they'll get the most profit return. For years, investors borrowed huge amounts of money in Japan because interest rates were pretty much zero. The yen carry trade. Borrow cheap money in yen, convert it into dollars or euros, buy assets with a higher return like US shares, European shares, and government bonds. So borrow it close to zero, put it into something where it increases by 4%, 10% or more, pay back the loan, no interest, and you get to keep the difference. Sounds like a great deal, and it worked for years. Now it's changing. Japan has started raising interest rates. Those loans become more expensive to pay back. That forces investors to unwind the trade. They sell the stocks and bonds. That means money leaves the markets where it was invested. Stock markets, where your pension money is. At the same time, if investors believe America offers stronger growth through AI, technology, etc., and gives higher returns, even more money could flow into the US. Less money flowing into Europe means less investment. Less investment means fewer businesses expand, fewer jobs being created, and slower economic growth. A weaker euro can make exports cheaper, but imports more expensive. Higher imports costs eventually feed through to businesses who pass it on to consumers, you. Governments could also face higher borrowing costs. If investors become less willing to buy European bonds, governments would need to offer higher interest rates to attract them to buy, meaning their interest payments increase, meaning they have to spend more money on interest, leaving less money for public services. Now, one currency intervention doesn't change the global financial system, even though it is highly unusual and hasn't happened to this magnitude in 30 years. But if this becomes a pattern, capital leaving Europe, the yen carry trade continuing to unwind, and investment flowing into America and Japan, it could become one of the biggest economic stories of the next few years. Most people are only going to notice when prices rise, jobs disappear, or taxes increase. By then, the money's already moved. The question isn't just whether some euros were sold to buy yen. The question is whether global investors are deciding that the future looks stronger somewhere else. So how does this affect you? Well, let's do it step by step. Step one, investors move money, selling European assets, moving money into Japan, the US, or wherever. Less money stays in Europe. Step two, the euro weakens. More selling means less demand for the euro. The euro falls in value. Step three, imports become more expensive. Europe imports energy, fuel, metals, electronics, machinery, and a lot of raw materials. A weaker euro means Europe pays more for those imports. Businesses pass those costs on to you. You pay more. Step four, inflation returns. Prices creep higher, food, fuel, electricity, consumer goods. The weekly shop costs more. Step five, interest rates stay higher for longer. If inflation rises, central banks may be slower to cut interest rates. Mortgages remain expensive, maybe even going higher. Businesses pay more to borrow. Governments pay more to borrow. Step six, governments have less money. Higher borrowing costs means more tax revenue goes towards paying interest on the debt. That means less is available for public services, or they have the option of raising taxes. Step seven, businesses invest less. If investment leaves Europe, projects can be cancelled, companies close, fewer jobs are created, productivity slows, wage growth weakens. Step eight, this is where you feel the real pain. Higher prices, higher mortgage costs, slower wage growth, fewer job opportunities, job losses, more pressure on public finances. None of this happens, though, because of one government selling euros to buy yen. It happens if that trade indicates something bigger. global investors deciding that America, Japan, or somewhere else offers better opportunities than Europe. Now, add in the disruption in the Strait of Hormuz and the Houthi attacks, disrupting shipping in the Red Sea. Well, that's inflationary. Not good for Europe. Not good at all.